Hello and welcome to episode 110 of WITM. It's Monday Night Raw. Once again, the Raw Women's Champion Serena is not in action, but 6 days away from the Raw exclusive Hell in a Cell pay-per-view where Serena will defend her Raw Women's Championship in her first defense of it since defeating Bayley for it. We have an announcement. Let's hear what that is as Raw COO Stephanie McMahon is on her way to the ring.
Style and grace, I'm never gonna be done. Lean on in. Now welcome to the queendom.
The queendom, where the kings bow down. They relinquish the crown. Y'all gon' hit me now. I just turn that around and make you love me, love me, love me. The queendom, where the kings bow down. They relinquish the crown. Y'all gon' hit me now. I just turn that around and make you love me, love me, love me. Look at that girl there. Hips, lips, hair. Walks with a flair.
Alright, Stephanie speaks. I've said it before, but you know what? I'm going to say it again. The women's revolution is stronger and more evident than ever. No longer are women overlooked as just a quick segue in between their male counterparts' matches. In the past few years, we've seen our women main event. We've had the first ever 6-woman ladder match for a guaranteed title match at SummerSlam. We've seen incredible rivalry after incredible rivalry, such as Natalya versus Charlotte, Sasha Banks versus Charlotte, Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss, and most recently, Serena versus Ember Moon on NXT. And we're not stopping here. The women's revolution will continue. So without further ado, I'd like to bring to the ring the youngest woman to ever hold the Raw and NXT Women's Championship simultaneously, Serena. Stephanie continues. Serena, you joined us here in the WWE just a short 6 months ago, after making somewhat of a name for yourself in the world of karate and mixed martial arts. You told us from day one your goal was to make history, and just 4 matches later, you became NXT Women's Champion, and then you went on to become the youngest woman to become Raw Women's Champion as well. So Serena, I'm going to give you another opportunity to make history, as well as another Raw Women's competitor. As you know, in just 6 days, Raw will have their exclusive Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, where you will be making your first defense of that Raw Women's Championship. But Serena, that's not going to be just any title defense, because for just the second time in WWE history, that Raw Women's Championship will be defended inside of the foreboding, demonic Hell in a Cell. Serena responds, "Thank you, Stephanie, for this opportunity to make history again. Whether it's inside a dojo, inside of an octagon, inside a ring, or inside or even on top of the Hell in a Cell, I am a fighter, and I'm going to do everything it takes to walk out of that cell, still Raw Women's Champion."
I can't fly, but I keep finding myself soaring high above this. I have nothing left.
Alright, so huge announcement from Raw COO Stephanie McMahon, coming off of the heels of course, making history as the youngest woman and second ever to hold the Raw and NXT Women's Championship simultaneously, the other being Emma, who did it very early on in this season. Serena will be making her first Raw Women's Championship defense in 6 days at Hell in a Cell inside of the Hell in a Cell. The second time ever, the other time being in the previous real life Hell in a Cell that saw Charlotte defeat Sasha Banks to become Raw Women's Champion. For just the second time in WWE history, two women will collide inside of Hell in a Cell with the Raw Women's Championship on the line. Let's take a look at the Raw Women's Championship rankings and see, as of right now, who that opponent would be. And it would be the former Raw Women's Champion, Bayley. So, pending a new number one contender following the next rankings update, Bayley will get her rematch with Serena for the Raw Women's Championship inside of the Hell in a Cell. Other possible opponents include Asuka, Sasha Banks, Natalya, a long shot at number 4. Alright, now Serena is not on this Raw card, so we will jot down the results and advance to SmackDown to see if Corey will be in action. Samoa Joe, who recently just got called up from NXT to Raw in real life to become Triple H's new Golden Boy, defeats Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens, and The Miz. Blake with an upset victory over Braun Strowman. Baron Corbin defeats Apollo Crews. The Vaudevillains pick up a victory over the New Day, represented by Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Rusev defeats Kurt Hawkins and Titus O'Neil in triple threat action. Dean Ambrose defeats Bray Wyatt in non-title action. And in the main event, Chris Jericho defeats John Cena in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Alright, now we move on to SmackDown Live and see if Corey is in action. Alright, we have Finn Balor taking on the Demon Kane. Demon versus Demon. Cesaro and Sheamus, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, taking on the Shining Stars. The SmackDown Women's Champion, Eva Marie, taking on Aaliyah and Mandy Rose. Beauty and the Man Beast taking on American Alpha. Sami Zayn taking on the WWE Champion AJ Styles. And Randy Orton taking on Seth Rollins. Corey, despite rising to the number 2 contendership to the Intercontinental title, is not going to be in action on SmackDown Live. So we will sim the SmackDown card, jot down those results, and see if we can find our in-ring action for this episode on NXT. Demon versus Demon. Finn Balor defeats the Demon Kane. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions Cesaro and Sheamus defeat the Shining Stars. Mandy Rose with an upset, defeating SmackDown Women's Champion Eva Marie and Aaliyah in non-title action. Beauty and the Man Beast defeats American Alpha. And AJ Styles with a non-title victory over Sami Zayn. Alright, we move on to NXT. Will we find our in-ring action for this episode 110 there? We will. Serena is pictured in the tonight's show, so she will be in action. We have a promo from Carmella. Sawyer Fulton takes on Aria Daivari. The Golden Truth takes on #DIY. NXT champion Noam Dar takes on Hideo Itami. And our episode 110 match is Serena taking on Carmella. And let's also see if the WWE Hardcore Cruisers are in action as well. Jack Gallagher takes on Brian Kendrick. Authors of Pain take on Tony Nese and Drew Gulak. And the Authors of Pain will be in action taking on the Bollywood Boys. This time it is a traditional tag team match. Will we actually get to see that match, or will we see another jump attack courtesy of the Bollywood Boys and or Hideo Itami? And Carmella with a promo prior to her match against Serena. But it's just a self-promotion match. If there was a chance of Serena coming out, I would show that. But since it's just Carmella talking, we are not going to air that. Alright, so since we did not start this episode on NXT, we will have to view the intro package. So let me get that music prepared. And then we will do just that. Alright, let's get this NXT underway. We have a promo from Serena's opponent, Carmella. Aria Daivari defeats Sawyer Fulton. Hashtag DIY defeats R-Truth, or rather the Golden Truth. Noam Dar defeats Hideo Itami in non-title action. And now here we go with our episode 110 match. It's Serena taking on Carmella, who I believe is the #1 contender. So huge match for Carmella, as we are just about 2 weeks away from Serena's next NXT Women's Championship defense at NXT TakeOver Toronto. So Serena versus Carmella, formerly of SmackDown Live, looking to make a name for herself by getting herself booked for an NXT Women's Championship match at NXT TakeOver Toronto in this non-title hardcore Falls Count Anywhere matchup against Serena. Serena versus Carmella, Falls Count Anywhere, hardcore women's action. Let's get underway.
Up next, John, we have singles action.
Oh, boy.
We have a real fan favorite versus Carmella.
Oh, man. I can't wait to see these two go at it.
So, big match NXT Women's Division. Carmella the next to face Serena in her element. Falls count anywhere. Hardcore women's match. If she can pull off the victory, that could be enough to cement her into a match with Serena at NXT TakeOver Toronto with that NXT Women's Championship on the line. Plus would go a long way into Carmella possibly getting back to the main roster. Serena looking to take flight with a diving leg drop, but Carmella is able to evade. Carmella stomping away at the hips and arms of Serena.
This is the type of attack that just wears down an opponent.
Leg sweep takedown.
Right here.
Reversal by Serena. Knee to the head of Carmella.
She's on the defensive
Elbow
now.
drop to the
She's
chest.
going to need to find a way to mount an offense here.
Keep in mind, though, neither one of these demons.
Reversal by Carmella. Stomp to the arm. Another stomp.
This match could go either way, the way these women have been going at it.
Kick to the hips and Serena flying into the corner. Reversal by Serena. Arm drag. Carmella catches a leg, so Serena responds by kicking with the other leg.
Oh, a face buster. That'll cause some
Take
damage.
Down by Serena. Mounted punches.
She's jealous of her looks. I don't know.
I know that feeling.
She's having a real hard time.
Serena
getting back to her feet.
going to the outside. Could be looking for a weapon. This is a no disqualification hardcore match. And Serena looking, instead she'll just make her way back to the ring now. Carmella's on her feet and Carmella punches away. Forces Serena in the corner. Boot to the face of Serena. And that has her in a bad position, seated in the corner. But she's able to reverse.
Air right now.
And reverses again. Now it's thinking chick kick. Looking to put a quick end to this match. And that's connects.
This match might be over.
Now that's what you call.
Knees to the head of Carmella.
Oh, look at the emotion.
Serena firing up the NXT universe.
Nobody home.
Carmella rolls all the way to avoid the stomp. Roundhouse kick by Serena. Reversal by Carmella. Serena gets behind, Carmella reverses and hits a neck breaker. Forces Carmella to her feet. Drags her to the rope. She could be thinking Stratisfaction.
Look out.
No, she's thinking top rope drop kick. Or through the top rope drop kick to the outside of the ring. It connects, sends Carmella crashing into the barricade.
Does this building have a curfew?
And Carmella is able to respond with a reversal.
What a beating.
My gosh, what a display.
Leg sweep by Carmella.
What a
Reversal by Serena.
Oh, no.
Knee to the head of Serena.
Out here, King, you can use this whole ringside area as a weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Series of knees to the head of Carmella.
Can and will be used to inflict pain.
When she gets an attack,
She's looking chick kick for the second time, and that connects.
this one is over.
I think you're right about that, Cole.
Is she going to follow up with a cover? No, she wants to continue her attack.
Anything left after that.
Look at her opponents.
And that will be a cover. Can the referee start the count in enough time? He will, and it's a victory for Serena off of a second chick kick and a surprise cover. It's a victory for Serena. Her momentum continues as she is just days away from her Raw Women's Championship defense at Hell in a Cell and a couple of weeks away from her NXT Women's Championship defense at TakeOver Toronto.
Here's your winner, Selena.
She continues to impress with a win here tonight.
I don't make the matches, but if I
I
did,
can't
I'd
fly,
put these
but
two back in the ring.
I keep finding myself soaring high above this. I have nothing
For
left.
joining us on this Halloween evening.
And apparently that was Halloween night, so Serena No tricks, no treats, just chick kicks and drop kicks leading to a victory.
Every bit as good as the last match, too. Sit tight for singles action coming up next. We have one of the best talents on the roster to date, taking on some tough competition.
All right, Serena defeated Carmella. And then in our next match, Brian Kendrick defeated Jack Gallagher. Nice and Gulak defeat the Authors of Pain. Alright, and a team that would like to be taking on the Authors of Pain and is in control of their own destiny to do so, currently sitting in the #1 contendership, is the AA Hardcore Cruisers. They're in control of their own destiny, and if things continue the way they are, they will take on the Authors of Pain for the NXT Tag Team Championships at NXT TakeOver Toronto. A team that would love to spoil that opportunity for the AA Hardcore Cruisers is the Bollywood Boys, who can't stand the AA Hardcore Cruisers, especially Andrew. 3 times a member of the Bollywood Boys, along with Hideo Itami, has jump attacked Andrew during his entrance. They face off in episode 111 if, barring any more entrance attacks, in a big match in the NXT Tag Division and the main event. Until then, this is Corey signing off.